Today I'm going to be reviewing the bloke who brought Bond back to the big screen after a 6-year hiatus. Now, when Roger Moore finally gave up the gig in the 80s, I believe the producers of Bond had got Pierce Brosnan lined up, but there were some contractual disputes because he was contracted to do this TV programme called Remington Steele, and the producers of that didn't want him to go or something. So anyway, he couldn't do it. But you can see that it gave him a good grounding for being suave and sophisticated like Bond. And also he did some other action films in the 80s where he demonstrated his ability to be tough and uncompromising.
What goes on in this town is none of your business.
As long as I'm living here, it is.
Then maybe you shouldn't be living here!
Yes, that is actually real. Now, there were more contractual disputes in the 90s, and they couldn't make a Bond film for a while for some reason, and Dalton got bored of hanging around, so he jacked it in. And so the producers finally got the man, and Brozzer made his debut as Bond in 1995's GoldenEye. And who could forget that death-defying opening stunt that he did that really set the tone for his tenure as Bond? No, I'm not talking about the bungee jump one. I'm talking about this bloody ridiculous thing where he flies after this sodding plane and gets it. I mean, that is absolutely ludicrous. I mean, it defies physics, that. He seemed to settle into the role almost immediately. He looked very comfortable in the tux and confident saying the catchphrases.
Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
And coming up with double entendres like Roger did.
How do you take it?
Straight up.
I mean, look, she's suggestively fiddling around with that cigar like it's his todger. And he can barely contain himself here. He's dying to make a gag. He also did some very innovative action set pieces early on in his Bond career. For example, driving around in a tank and smashing the place up. And also that motorbike chase where he was handcuffed to that Chinese agent.
What are you...
Don't get any ideas.
I'd never dream of it.
And he even did a car chase when he wasn't even driving. You know, that was quite innovative. That's a bit bloody irresponsible at the end there, though. Could have bloody killed someone. But by the end of it, things were starting to get a bit daft, a bit like they did with Roger. You know, he got this invisible car, which was stupid. And there's this bit where he's paragliding across these icebergs, and it looks bloody awful. That's supposed to be cutting-edge CGI, but somebody's signed that off and said it's acceptable. It looks terrible. That's no better than Roger being superimposed when he's skiing. Now, credit where credit is due, Brozzer did introduce a new element to the Bond films: dynamic running. In previous Bond films, people hadn't run anywhere near as much as this. Connery, for example, he's too cool to run. You couldn't really describe it as running. He's just sort of stumbling because he's too cool to break into a proper run. And as for Roger, well, I think he was too busy shagging to do any running. Now, while he introduced it, he didn't perfect it for me. He's a bit too tense here and around the face. You know, I've been listening to Michael Johnson on the athletics coverage, and you can see he's too tense in around the jaw and the shoulders. Now, if we compare that to Craig, Craig looks a lot more relaxed. You know, he seems much more of an action man, Craig. It comes more naturally to him. You get the feeling that Craig's Bond, he'd have been captain of the school rugby team or something, because, you know, very physical. Whereas Brozzer, yeah, he'd probably been a cricket man, batting at number 3, something like that. Now, I want to just take the opportunity to talk through a couple of clips from Die Another Day, and also draw some comparisons with Sean Connery. I think these examples demonstrate the difference between Brozzer's Bond and his predecessor. Now, first up, he's captured at the end of the pre-credit sequence of Die Another Day, and he's in prison for 14 months, and he's grown this big long beard here, as you can see. Now, he doesn't escape. He gets released in some sort of prisoner exchange. You know, Connery, he'd be out of there in 5 minutes. And he just uses his cunning and his ingenuity to fox the prison guard. And then crash bang wallop, he's escaped. This second example, it shows Brosnan in a challenge with the baddie, and he loses the first couple of points of this challenge. Now that's not uncommon. You often saw that with Connery.
Do you want to continue? You want to up the wager?
But then it's how he responds, and the stakes are raised. What then happens is this sword fight, and Brozzer's unable to assert his dominance in the same way that Connery would have done. And he stood at the end of this fight, just panting and sweating like any middle-aged bloke.
It's just a little sport, Miranda.
Pain level 18%. Danger. Danger. Danger.
Can we play one more game for the rest of the world?
Now, Connery, on the other hand, as soon as the stakes are raised, he cranks it up a notch, doesn't he? And it's just a fantastic example of his supreme confidence in his own level of expertise.
Do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I wouldn't know. I've never lost.
Now, at times when I've been doing this video, I felt like I've been talking about some of the other Bonds more than I've been talking about Brozzer, which I think is symptomatic of the problem. Because I don't reckon Brozzer was really ever his own man. I think sometimes he were trying too hard to be a bit like Connery or a bit like Roger, do you know what I mean? And he never quite nailed it for me, which is a shame because I like Brozzer. You know, I've seen him interviewed, he comes across as a very likeable chap. But that's not to say he didn't have his good moments. Check out this magnificent bit of non-verbal acting here, where he just conveys his emotions through the subtlety of his facial expressions. I mean, De Niro would have been proud of that. If you enjoyed that, you can click subscribe below or watch some of these links to similar videos of me waffling on about stuff. Or add some comments if you thought I were talking a load of rubbish. Ta-ra!